this is the first podcast. I would like to tell you that this will be every week. Okay, I would like to tell you guys the format of this meeting. It will be every week. We will talk about one topic, and I will be having, it's just 1 hour meeting, and I would like to give you around 10 minutes to interaction, and then I will talk a little bit, some minutes, and then again interaction and those kind of things. We can talk about absolutely everything, and you can write absolutely everything. All of you are reading to each other. So I made a poll since some days ago with 4 different topics, and I posted on different groups on social media because I wanted you to tell me which topics would you like me to talk about for the first meeting. So the topic which won this contest, it is how is the tango for me after these 4 years of traveling, 4 years of meeting different people and different kind of organizations and different schools and different experiences. I will divide the topic into the music, because it's really, we can divide with areas, for example, different areas, different kind of music that the people like. So I wanted to tell you what is my experience based on that. In the second part, we will talk about the dance, which are the styles and those kind of, if we can call it styles. For example, I would like to talk about how was my experience after these 4 years of not only working in different countries, but sometimes I was in some of the festivals just as a guest or something like that, so I went just to dance. For example, I will tell you about the places where I've been most. I've been once in Asia, but it doesn't count because I was there just once, and I was one of the guys who played the music, so it doesn't count. But mostly in Europe and more to the east, more to the west, but I was around 30 and something places. So based on my experience, the difference between because this is one of the things that people ask me the most, how is the music in comparison with the music that I dance in Buenos Aires? Mostly the difference is a difference that comes as a result of a different approach. It's a different cultural approach. So if we talk seriously, we cannot say that some music is better than other music, because it's music. But what we can say is that different styles of music, they have different possibilities in a dance. That's what we can say. And another thing that we can say is that another thing that changes is that over there in Argentina, the people calculate more which kind of music goes for each moment. So one thing that is important is the orchestra that you play. Yes, it is important, but it's more important when it sounds in the night. So the when is probably more important than what or which orchestra will you play. And those kind of things are things that I consider that they are totally different. So for example, something that is like a typical concept or like a typical principle is that you will not play the best orchestras at the beginning of the milonga. You will never do that. So, and many times it happens abroad that you can hear the best stand of the night at 8 p.m. and the milonga starts at 8 p.m. Those kind of things happen, or mixing orchestra song, those kind of things. So the music is different because the core of the thing, that is the kind of way that we approach to the dance, is different. For example, something that I consider that is interesting is that in many places, in many countries, they really like tango as an art, more than tango as we see it as a tango, we can say. So as they see tango as an art, they want different, they want to create, the organizers and the DJs, they want to create like different environments and different states of consciousness, or whatever you want to call it. So those are things that are interesting is quite different, really. So something that is different too is that the combination of orchestras that you do is not the same. So the combination of the orchestras is very important for us. So we come back to the same topic of before, the timing. The timing is very important when you play the orchestras. The combination of the music that the people play is different. For example, I have been in many places where it doesn't matter what is the combination of the orchestra. It doesn't matter if it's a D'Arienzo, or if it's a, I don't know, a fast Canaro, or if it's a Biaggi or whatever. It doesn't matter. Why it doesn't matter for them? Because, okay, we have many people that they go to the milonga just to have fun, and that's okay, because they come from their jobs and they go and they meet people. It's as important to talk and socialize than dancing. So, but on the other hand, what we have is like, I could say that is like they give different priorities. The players, the people that they play the music, the DJs, the tango DJs, they have different priorities. And in Argentina, we see it in a different way. For us, the priority always is the quality of dance. So for more quality of dance, you need more quality of orchestras. It's as simple as that. So we don't play, mostly we don't play in the proper milongas, we can say, of course, because I know that maybe some of you went to Buenos Aires to some of the level 1 or level 2 or level 10 milonga, so that the music will be different. But I'm talking about a good standard. With a good standard of milongas, you will have a good standard of music, and you will have a good standard of dancing. So everything is related. So something that we can know is that the music has to be always like at the service of the dance all the time. That's the main goal. You will have the best dancers all the time dancing, and that's good for the community. That's something that we have to take into consideration all the time. I have talked with that with some organizers. Some of them, they understand that the level of dancing should be better in many places, so they agree that we should go in that direction. Some others, they think in a different way. They prefer the people to go and have fun, and that's okay. But if we go to those milongas or those events or those cities, we will have fun, and we can have the Aperol spritz, and we can have a nice chat and an average level of dancing. But something that I would like to tell you is that in my opinion, based on my opinion, I'm more like extreme with that. I really think that we should push the dancers to dance more. Dance more, I mean not every tanda, but I mean we should play the best music all the time, not the worst music and horrible music in some days. For example, as I've heard some horrible music in this place because the level is terrible. I totally disagree. I'm not saying that it's bad, but I disagree. I think that the guy that is playing the music is like giving education to the people. So if you play all the time the good music, the people will start like almost anything in life is a matter of being of repetition. So the music, the people will get like comfortable with time, with some music. If you have all the time people that they are playing rhythmic and nuevo or whatever, you will have people that they are used to those kind of music. So if you play something that is traditional, they don't know what it is. And it happened to me in some events. Mostly the people are used to tango nuevo or pop contemporary, whatever, orchestras or those kind of things. So I think that is our job to be more in the way of the best dancers to dance more, because the another reason is that the beginners, they will see them dancing all the time, and that's wonderful. Do you remember when you were beginners, for example? Intimidating, dating, and frightening. You say, Philippe? Yes, absolutely. So, one of the things that we have to know is that the beginners, they are, as I remember when I was a beginner, and I thought, I wanted to see the good dancers to dance. I wanted to see them, because we need to copy. We need to take their example. So we need to see them. We need to see them how, for example, something that the first milongas that I was, for example, the first year, I decided to go to the worst milongas in Buenos Aires, the worst. No cabeceo, no nothing, absolutely nothing. Why? Because I knew that the level was terrible and I could dance there. So, but it was I was lucky because it was a good milonga anyway, informal, beer everywhere and whatever, but it was a good milonga anyway. So the first thing that catch my attention, it was why the people, they danced the same orchestras, for example. I could, every week I was there, every Thursday, and I watched the best dancers going to dance the same orchestras. And I thought, okay, what's the name? And they used to, in this milonga, they used to have the little banner or whatever in the hands, and they used to, one of the organizers used to go after one tanda with the like this, for example, like this, for the people to see which will be the next orchestra that it will sound, for the people to get prepared. So, and I said, okay, which is why all the good dancers, they go to dance? Which is the name? Caló. Okay, fantastic. So I thought, Caló is a guy. Maybe Caló is a guy. It's the name of a guy. I didn't know if it was a name of a tango or an orchestra or the uncle or something, or the surname of the waiter. So Caló. And then the other one, Troilo. Okay. So I thought, okay, I know now. Anytime that the word Troilo comes to is in the lyric, I know that the best dancers will be there. So I will have if that orchestra is there, I will have problems. Why I will have problems? Because the dancers that I want to dance with, they will not dance with me. They will go with the best dancers, of course. So I knew that I would have a terrible time during those 15 minutes. And then I thought, okay, but it's a good opportunity for me to see them, to watch them. So this is a strategy that I thought in that moment. So then I started paying attention that they were playing in a specific moment. Those names was not in the beginning, was exactly in that moment. That orchestra, I remember that it was around 4 hours and a half, something like that, the time. So people were always like around from the second hour. So the first hour was more rhythmical music. And then I started going to other milongas and it was the same. More rhythmical music at the beginning. And I thought, why more rhythmical music in the beginning all the time? I was paying attention to those details a lot. Why rhythm? Why less melody? Why the quality of the singers is worse in these orchestras, I thought. So these orchestras with the worst singers, they go at the beginning. Why is that? And then I went to another milonga, and then I went to another milonga, and then I went to another milonga, and I thought, okay, in this milonga I can say that even if the neighborhood is different, because some of these milongas were in downtown, some other milongas were in the north, some other milongas were in the south of the city, and I thought, but it's the same rule, I can say. So the more simple orchestras were at the beginning of the milonga. I thought, why is that? I didn't ask for the DJs, of course. I didn't ask to them. So I thought, okay, who is there? Who is in the place? And I started recognizing that the worst dancers were there too. So I thought, okay, so I have different possibilities here. So I can go later to the milonga. To every milonga I can go later with the best dancers, or I can go from the beginnings, and it's better to go from the beginnings. Why is that? Of course, if I was a beginner, I needed to dance more if I wanted to become an intermediate or whatever I wanted to become. So, but from the beginnings I wanted to improve. So I thought, okay, but yes, I want to improve, but I need to dance. So, because I need to practice the things that I was practicing in the mirror 4 hours every day of the week. And I thought, okay, what can I do? And I said, okay, I will go from the beginning, but the music is a disaster. Okay, yeah, it's a disaster. I was talking to myself. My ears were talking to my body, but man, the music is a disaster. And my body said, yes, it's a disaster, but man, I have to practice anyway. So I made like a negotiation and I said, okay, I will dance those tandos, but I will not dance all of them. I will dance some of them and I will keep some energy for the rest of the night. And I thought, fantastic, okay. Criteria of timing in the music. We don't have events or big events in Argentina, so I cannot tell you about festivals or marathons. That concept, the marathon concept, we don't have that. But we have milongas every night. Like, you can dance in many places. All of you guys that I'm reading you right now, you have been in Buenos Aires, so you know. You have many places to dance. So we don't have festivals for us. You have 2 or 3 festivals in the year right now because it's a possibility for foreigners to come, and it's a possibility for professionals to meet and those kind of things. That is fantastic too. But normally people is okay if they go to normal milongas, we can say. So I was thinking, okay, in every place at the beginning, as I said before, is the worst music and the worst dancers. But I wanted to see the good dancers. As I wanted to see the best dancers, or good ones that I can copy, And I thought, okay, fantastic, I can see this guy, and I remember this guy. He did something. He did like a trick or a kick or a turn or something that I would like to copy. And when I came back home, I remember that I couldn't sleep by that moment after the milonga. So after the milonga, I was practicing at home until I was dead. So I wanted to practice, so to practice I needed to copy those guys. So that's something that is interesting, that I say that to some of the organizers that I worked with in different events, in marathons and those kind of events, and milongas too, that it is important to keep the best dancers that you can have, keep them busy. You need to have, for example, 2 or 3 good dancers at the beginning. You need to have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 at the middle of the milonga. And you need to have, 20 of really good dancers at the end. Because it's more difficult to keep the people, the beginners, until the end in the milonga. So you need to put the carrot for them. You need to show them how they can be in the future. So that's something that I wanted to talk. I will change the camera to other side because I don't have light here. Okay. So the DJ is there to educate and entertain. Super important to get good dancers to the floor early and keep the pot boiling through to the end. Yes, fantastic. Yes, I agree. And some organizer could be here and will ask, oh, but how? It's easy to say, but it's not easy to get the best dancers. Okay, I will give you the answer for that. The best dancers of a community, when I say the best, I don't say, okay, I will change the word. It's not the best. We can say the more advanced. We can say the more advanced. So the more advanced, they want to hear the best music, of course, because otherwise they will not go to milongas. We have to think. One of the things that we have to take in consideration is that you have to make the people go to the milonga or to the place, for example, to the venue. And in some countries, in many countries, you have many things against that possibility. So, like for example, weather. You have in the half of Europe, the weather is really hard. You need a special motivation to go. And what is that special motivation? You need good music. You need good music. Of course, someone will say, oh, but you need good partners. Yes, but you will never have good partners if the music is not good. And I have seen, I will read you now, Andrea. I will read you now, but I wanted to finish this concept. I've seen many times that people they go to some events or they go to some milongas after looking who is the DJ. If the DJ is okay, is acceptable, we can say, they will go to the milonga. If it's not, they will not go to the milonga. And in many places, the milongas or the events or a night, a tango night, if the music is not good, it will be very, very difficult to compete with Netflix, because the music is not appropriate for the more advanced people. It's more appropriate for people that they don't know about orchestras or they don't know what they want yet. So, and this is, I'm relating this and mixing the topic with the second topic of this podcast. The second topic is about the dance, because the dance is different. So if you are in places where the people are not so used to human contact with the body, or maybe it's too cold all the time, and they are used to be with different layers of clothes all the time. The thing is that those people will be more interested in an open embrace kind of dancing, because it's more like an open embrace is more like the people that they dance or salsa or I don't know, swing or whatever, other kind of dances. So we can say that open embrace is easier for beginners. Yes, it is. It's easier for beginners. Yes. I've never seen advanced dancers dancing open embrace. What I've seen are beginners or intermediates, but I've never seen advanced, real advanced tango dancers dancing open embrace. What I say is, for example, some people will ask me, okay, but how you can consider what is an advanced or what is not an advanced? We can talk about that. It's a very interesting topic to talk about that in future podcasts. But today, it's just about my perception in these 4 years. So, Andrea, you are saying, more challenging is you have the organizers that want to play nuevo or non-tango. Yes, of course. Yes, because it should be fun for beginners. That's another problem, that mostly the organizers, they think that they know what the community they need, or they think that they know what the community they want. And it's not like that. Normally, it's not like that. Normally, when you go to a place where there are beginners, where you play good music, the people love the good music. They are not deaf because they are beginners. No, they need to know. You need to show them, as we have said in the beginning of this meeting. For example, you have to educate. One part of that education is to show them what kind of things they can listen, what kind of things they can do with those kind of music, what those kind of orchestras, those kind of singers. But they will know that with time. But first you have to make like a picture, a sound picture for them. So I will continue reading you. Actually, the problem is that those beginners never learn to dance in a close embrace and are inevitably restricted by their figures because they have never learned how to change the way they dance with the music. Yes, absolutely. And this is what I see the biggest obstacle to improve the level of dancer. Absolutely, yes. This is one of the yes, I agree, Andrea. So that's why we have those styles of orchestras that they have been more successful in those places, that they are the rhythmical because they are easy, and the contemporary nuevo electronic, those styles, they were like more, they spread faster. So we can the important thing is that I want you to go to the channel if you can, if you want. The channel, this new channel, Tango for All, is a project that I wanted to create many years ago. I wanted to do it when I just, like 3 years and a half or something like that. When I just came to Europe, I wanted to publish things, and not only videos, to recommend literature, those kind of things. But I never, I'm not the kind of guy who can do many things at the same time. So you're saying the best thing is to build the culture, which is the hardest. Yes, the culture for the embrace, the music, then comes to tools, technique, posture. Yes, of course, it's not easy because the people, they come from an absolutely different culture, absolutely different perspective from everything. So it's not easy. People from I don't know, Romania, they will see the things in a different way than Russians, than Croatians, than, I don't know, Netherlands, than, I don't know, the people from Norway, people from France. Is absolutely different, the approach that they have, absolutely different. So, I'm not saying that it's impossible, but I'm saying that it will take more compromise from the different areas that they are creating those environments. It needs more compromise from us, from the teachers, from the DJs, from the organizers. We need to stop and to think. We need to go to a coffee and to start planning and to start plotting what do we want. So remember to subscribe. Remember that I'm creating different playlists for that channel. We will have tutorials. The first one, it is called To Bend or Not to Bend, about that topic. That is a very funny topic. The second one that I'm writing right now, it is about the pivot controversy. We will have another playlist about training. I would like to talk about the similarities in technique and movement of the body between some sports and tango, because there are many things that they can be explained from some specific sports and not from tango, because the tango technique doesn't exist, really. It doesn't exist. Slow down. I know that you will be insulting me, some of you. Slow down. We can talk about the tango technique or the supposed tango technique in future podcasts. But I would like to know in your comments that you can do, I would like to know which future topics would you like me to talk about. It would be interesting if this is an interaction, okay? So every week we can have these meetings as this one. This is the first, so congratulations for all of us. About this channel, it started a few days ago with this playlist. About I want to post some documentaries explained by me. I'm trying to talk about the subtitles and those kind of things. The more that we can get people who can help for the subtitles in different languages, the better. So if you know people that they could make the subtitles in different, for example, someone in Italian, someone in, I don't know, in Russian, someone in Polish, for example, please let me know. We can talk about how we can make a deal with them. The amazing thing about tango, regardless of our age, where we are born, the language, we all understand emotion. This is what links us through the music. That's the magic universe. Yes, absolutely. I consider that the best age is from the late 30s. From there you can enjoy. I think you have the opportunity to enjoy more because you pay attention to different things. So tango is one of the things that they are you can enjoy more in a more sweet way when you are not older, but you are more grown, we can say. You are exactly in the around 40, something like that. If you start in that, by that moment, you are exactly in a place where, okay, you can control your body, but you can hear the music too, and you have a past to dance, you have a past to express and on every of your steps, and you have things to say. If you are dancing around and you are 20 years old or 25 years old, okay, how much experience you can have. Okay, you can move, yes, but nothing else. So that's my advice. Okay, it's time to say goodbye. Thank you very much. Thanks to all of you. Remember, we will be here every Friday at 9 p.m. Spanish time. Please subscribe to the channel and tell me in the comments below which kind of topics would you like me to talk about in the tutorials and the future podcast like this one. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you very much.